Cisco Discovery Protocol and Link Layer Discovery Protocol are two protocols that can really help us manage our network. It gives us some additional information and allows us to manage and be able to view our network to see what's happening on it. The problem is it also gives visibility to attackers. It gives them a bunch of information that they can really utilize to hack the network. So let's talk about what the dangers is with CDP and LLDP and how to mitigate against those dangers. Cisco Discovery Protocol, or CDP, is a Cisco proprietary protocol, which means it's just on Cisco equipment. Link Layer Discovery Protocol is an open protocol that is available on a lot of different equipment. Both of these are very similar in how they operate though. They pass layer 2 frames back and forth between devices so it can communicate different aspects of this equipment. And it helps from a management standpoint. You can map out your network and you can find out additional information. You can see what's working and what's not working. It can really provide a lot of valuable information for you. It also can provide valuable information for the attacker. So this is one thing that an attacker will do is it will look for those CDP frames that are coming across to find additional information and find out how to attack your network. The thing is it's very simple to do, and all you need is a packet sniffer like Wireshark to be able to view the packets, and you're going to get some really great information. So the simple way to mitigate against this is just to turn these services off. You can turn it off globally or you can turn it off on the interfaces, and we'll talk about both of those. I'm on my demo laptop, which is plugged into switch 2. So the first thing that I want to do is I just want to pull up Wireshark so we can see what kind of information that we can find in here. So I'm going to pull up this Ethernet and monitor the frames coming across this Ethernet connection right here. So this is plugged directly into that switch. We see some spanning tree protocols that are coming, frames that are coming across this. So we can actually take a look at what those are. CDP it sends out this notification every so often. And so we need to wait, 30 seconds or so for one of those CDP frames to come in here. So there we have one. I'm going to take a look at this. I'll open it up and you can see we've got some information about CDP itself, some time to live with it, or at least this device. We got a device ID, so we got the device name, so that's something. And then I look at software versions. So interesting, I can see that this is a 2960. I can see what version it's running at 15.0. to SE8, that's getting very specific. So if I know that there's certain vulnerabilities that this particular switch has, I can now go look that up and find out how to attack this piece of equipment. So you can see that this is information that would be very valuable if I was trying to hack this network. Then I have all sorts of, if you look further in here, I have the management address. So I can come down here and take a look at the management address of this device. So just a lot of information on how I can leverage this information to get into the network and start attacking the network. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few configurations of switch 2 to mitigate this issue, to turn this issue off. So what I'm going to do is I'm on switch 2, and the first command I want to do is, let me end out of here, I'm going to do a show CDP neighbors so we can see this is all of the equipment that's connected to this device specifically. So once again, a lot of great information that is being passed back and forth. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a show CDP neighbor detail. And once again, I can see a lot of great information here as well. Same information that we were seeing in Wireshark. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn this off. Now, preferably I would turn this off from a global level, but maybe I need it accessing maybe I am utilizing it for some sort of feature and I need to keep it on some of my ports. So I can turn it off on specific ports. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the global configuration mode and then get into one of my interfaces. So we'll do FA034 since that's the one that's connected to this demo laptop. So I'm into there and I'm going to just do no CDP enable and then that will turn it off. So now if I were to pull up Wireshark, then I shouldn't see those frames coming across, that information coming across to this demo laptop. Okay, next, let's say I can actually disable this on a global level. Let's say I'm not actually utilizing it for anything. So to do that, I'm just going to be in the global configuration mode and I'm going to do a no CDP run, and that's going to turn off the service altogether. So there you have it. Next, what we'll do is that's for CDP. It's turned off. It's no longer a security risk. I'm going to next do a show LLDP, and it's not enabled. So by default, we don't need to worry about LLDP. But let's say I do need to utilize it. There's some sort of feature that I need. I have to turn it on. So let's learn how to turn it on, but turn it off on certain ports. So what I'm going to do is get into the global configuration mode. I'm going to turn it on by typing LLDP run. So now it's turned on. And then I'm going to get into my interface again, and I actually have to turn off both the transmit and receive. So no LLDP transmit and no LLDP receive. And now I've got it turned off on that interface, but it's running globally on this device. Once again, preferably though, I would have it turned off altogether. So I'd say no LLDP run to turn it off. So there you have it. So that is, you can see how there is a reconnaissance that can happen. Reconnaissance means that you're finding out information about the network, and this is just a whole bunch of great information for an attacker. So I probably want to turn this off wherever I can on my network. So there you have it. That's CDP LLDP. CDP Reconnaissance, and to find out some more information about it, and then also the configuration, how to turn it off both on interfaces and turn off the service altogether.